back to Pandas tutorial. In this session, I'm going to talk about index, ReIndex, SetIndex, and rename. Let's go. As you remember, in the previous session, we talked about some critical parameters such as values, columns, key, and info. But in this session, I'm going to talk about the functions related to an index. Let's jump in. First, I need to import some libraries such as Pandas and the NumPy, and also I created a data frame. As you can see, the HTTP and the time is my columns. It has 4 rows, and also my indexes is Firefox, Chrome, Safari, and IE, and I pass this index into the index parameter. Okay, let's run this data frame and print it. As you can see, this is my data frame, and let's go to talk about the index. If you want to know more about the index and multiple index, you can just check this video. Here, we just shortly talk about the index feature here. What is the index? If I said df.index, it gives us all the indexes of data frame. Also, we can go and get a specific index by passing the specific number. For example, if I want to get the first index, I use just 0 and get a Firefox. Also, the other rules of indexing is true here. For example, you can set from 1 to end, and you can get a Chrome, Safari, and IE. Or also, for example, you can use -1 and get the IE 10. What is ReIndex? Whenever you want to change the order of your indexes, you can just use the ReIndex. For example, I said df.reindex. I use a tab to accelerate, and then I said, for example, I want to bring the Chrome into the first row. So I said Chrome. And then, for example, I said Safari, and then I said IE10, and then I bring it the Firefox into the last column, and let's see what's happening. The Chrome, Safari, IE10, and the Firefox reordered our index, and for example, the Chrome from this row coming up and sit here. But if I set some index that it does not exist in our data frame, what's happening? For example, I say A, and let's see what's happening here. As you can see, the A changed into non-values because it doesn't have any value for a data frame here, and it said a none. And I can filling this non-value, but fill values. For example, I can pass it a 0. And as you can see, the 0 set it here. It doesn't limit it to the numeric, and I can pass it a string. For example, I said the missing value, and the 0 change into the missing. So whenever you want to just reorganize your indexes, you can use a ReIndex. But what is the SetIndex? In a SetIndex, we change all of our indexes. For example, I said df.setIndex, and then I can pass it the index. For example, pandas.index, and then I said, for example, the first one is a A, the second one is a B, and the third one is a C, and the first one is a D. Okay, let me print. I think it needs to be in the parentheses here. And as you can see, the indexes changed completely. Let me print the original data frame, and you can see the Firefox changed into the A, and the values is 200, and also the time is 0.04. Okay, the other way of a SetIndex is say df.setIndex using a tab to accelerate, and then set pandas.range, capital range index, and for example is set from 0 to 4. The indexes change from 0 to 4. So whenever you want to change all the indexes, you can use a SetIndex. And you can't actually SetIndex by the, for example, one of the indexes or half of the indexes. Let me check here. For example, I want to change just Firefox into the A. As you can see, I get an error and it said that you have 4 rows, but you give me just one index. So you should change all of them. But what about the rename? If I want to change just one of the indexes, I can say, for example, df.rename and then said I want to change index and said, for example, Firefox into capital A. As you can see, you can just change one of the indexes or 2 of them, 3 of them, but you don't need to pass it all of them. If you want to change all of them, you can just use a SetIndex, okay? So, for example, change Chrome into B. And as you can see, it is changed into a B. Also, you can rename it for columns. I said the columns and then, for example, please change me HTTP name into, for example, just H. And you can see you can change it, the column name with the rename function as well. But if I print a df, you may ask yourself that why an original data frame doesn't change, because I didn't pass these changes into the another variable. If I pass these changes into the, for example, df2 variable or maybe just a df variable, you can see that df change itself. And if I print the original df, you can see that the HTTP changed into the H. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to see more and give me thumbs up. Watch the next video to learn more, and bye bye.